Hi, everyone. Hey, Larry.
Hi, Shocky.
Today on the podcast, we have my wonderful, amazing friend, Larry, and he is a celebrity hairstylist. He has worked with everyone we love, the icons, Janet, Gabrielle Union, and I am so happy to have him here. We have been friends since high school. We have danced and toured together, and we have shared a beautiful journey together.
We have.
Yes, we have. So today I'm going to ask Larry some questions from the Dream Soul deck. All right, you
Ah,
ready?
yeah, let's do it.
All right. What part of yourself are you most insecure about in relationships?
Hmm. The thing that I'm most insecure about in relationships, um, is probably rejection.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody likes to feel like they aren't wanted, desired.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
yeah,
That's mine too.
yeah.
All right. When was the last time you were in love?
That's a great question. In love, it's been years.
Really?
hmm I've loved people,
Yeah,
but in love, it's like,
it's
no,
different.
it's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, how long would you say it's been?
Over 5 years.
Okay.
In love, over 5 years. Loved, I've loved people recently. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I fall in love with everybody.
Jesus Christ. Mhm.
What would you okay, would you stay with someone if the sex wasn't good but everything else was?
No, you can always cheat. You can always want it from somewhere else. No.
You wouldn't.
But then on the opposite side of that is, would you stay with somebody if the sex is fire and
Nothing else was.
nothing else is good?
No, you need the whole package.
You need everything.
You do need everything.
I think you need to match your energy. If you have the whole package and you're bringing that to the table, there's nothing wrong for you to expect what you are. It's okay for you to want your energy to be matched in a relationship.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not settling on any level
yeah.
at all. All righty. Top three things that are most important in relationships. What's your top three?
Um, Clicking around like my dog. No, I'm kidding. Jesus, Brixton.
Brixton.
Hi, Brixton.
We're gonna ask you some questions soon, okay?
Oh God, the three most important things in a relationship has to be um, honesty,
Yeah.
um, consistency,
Yes.
um, and integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Respect is everything.
absolutely.
Yeah. If you are respect, hey, you talking to me
Brixton,
now, huh? You talking to me today?
Brixton, you're on the podcast, Bubba.
You're like, I'm not going nowhere. By the way,
Brixton,
just in case.
can you get down, please? Please get down, Bubba.
He looking so cute right now.
I
You know
know.
the camera's rolling.
I
Yes.
can't with him. Bye, Brixton.
This is the first time you talked to me since I met you.
I know. Bye, Brixton. Get down, Bubba. Thank you.
Too cute. Okay. Have you been with someone long term you knew you didn't love, and why?
Yeah. I've been with someone long term. I loved him, but in love, no, it's like you're hoping for
Yeah.
that switch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, it just didn't. It didn't switch,
So the
unfortunately.
why was you were waiting for it to change.
Why? Because of the potential. You
Okay.
know? Yeah, potential is huge. Like when you know that somebody, it's hard to like leave somebody when you know that they genuinely are a great human being.
It is. It's
Yeah,
very
and
hard.
it doesn't mean that because it didn't work out that they're not great.
It's true.
And it's like, why would you throw something away versus giving it a fair shot.
So what would you do now in that situation? Like, do you think now from your past you're very clear about, you know what, it's not there, so I'm not gonna put that energy into it or invest in it, or would you still give it the time?
Yeah, I think every situation is different. It's not a
Okay.
one size fit all.
Okay.
So I would hate to say what I wouldn't do overall
Yeah.
because you just never know
But
in
you know
different
yourself
instances.
now, right?
I do know myself now, and I know the things that work for me, and I know the things that don't. I know that there are things that are non-starters, but I also know that there are things that have great potential.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so there are definitely things that I'm just like, I absolutely would not deal with that. Like somebody insecurity for me just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a nightmare.
that's a nightmare.
Seriously.
Because on the other side of that, somebody could be completely making up these scenarios in their head that don't exist, and then that won't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that are non-starters. But personality traits, um, I don't know. It just depends, I
Yeah.
guess, on the individual and the circumstance.
Got you.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
I think for women instinctually, I think we know if we want to go further, be intimate. Like I think if we know right away, like I wouldn't want to do that with you, even though you're a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like a no immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're super sweet, but I don't think I could ever see myself,
With you.
yeah, in that way. So I
Yeah.
think for women, sometimes that's more of like a cut and dry, especially as time goes on. I feel like I need to know right away that that would be a possibility. That has to be on the table.
Yeah.
You know, all those things. So,
Yeah.
but I
More
understand.
instinctual.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
I get it.
What's the most romantic thing you've done for someone or had done for you?
Oh wow. I've done a lot of romantic things for people.
Really? Oh, what is the best one? I want to hear this.
Oh God. Um, for one person, for Christmas, they opened so many beautifully wrapped gifts next to the fireplace. Um, that was really beautiful. I've rented a helicopter
Really?
on Valentine's Day,
I love that.
which is really beautiful.
And were they surprised or did they know already?
No, surprise. Um,
Where was this?
here in LA.
Really? That is so
hmm
fun. I love that.
And then I repeated that in Jersey, in New York,
Okay.
which was hilarious. And that was somebody that I was just kind of trying to see a little bit, not even anybody in a relationship or even deserved it at that point.
Okay.
But I still did it. I'm a
Nice.
helpless romantic. I got invited to Prague for Thanksgiving, which was incredible.
That's amazing.
So romantic. So sweet. That person also took me to Paris.
Okay.
And we left locks on the Bridge of Love over by the Eiffel Tower.
Really? So romantic.
So romantic.
You're like, let this work out, please. We
I
did the locks.
know, we did the locks. But we didn't know at the time that they take the locks off after like every quarter. Do? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either. I mean, they would have to. Right?
Yeah, because it would just be piles and piles and piles of locks.
Yeah.
So when I went back to Paris to look for the lock was gone.
And you guys weren't together anymore.
And we weren't together anymore.
Well,
I know, but I still look for the lock and we still love each other.
Oh, yeah. I love those stories. I've done a helicopter before with my dad. Oh. Yeah, he came to visit me in New York, came to one of my shows, and he took me on a helicopter ride.
That's incredible.
It was so incredible.
I love that.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Really nice.
Yes. All right, T. What is the thing you are working hardest to change?
What is the thing that I'm working hardest to change? Being late.
I love that for you.
That one's taking years.
You're getting there.
I feel
You're
like
much
I'm doing
better.
better.
I think you are,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'm way more intentional about
You are.
showing up and being on time.
Love
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
We're all working on something.
Listen.
All right. What does it take for you to fall in love?
Oh God. It's I don't know. Like I think it's something that, like you said, to your point, something that's instinctual.
Hmm.
I'm always open for love. Like I'm a sucker for love. But it's just a thing. It's a feeling. It's not something that you can describe. Um, and love again is not a one size fit all
Yeah.
kind of situation. The energy, I can't say energetically. You obviously have to like
So the chemistry.
chemistry for sure.
Yes.
Energy, chemistry. Um,
I say sexual attraction has to be there.
of
Like the
course.
fire, I need it to be fire, not just like you're cute. I could see myself with you. I need it to be like magnetism
Yeah.
for me to fall in love.
Yeah.
You know?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you want that animalistic sort of
Yes.
attraction towards your person.
Exactly.
But I think that also can fade when you hear people that are in relationships that have been in relationships for 20, 30 years, when that thing isn't there, when they don't like their person anymore, but they still love their person. Like you have to be ready for those human shifts. Like Barack and Michelle used to talk about it often.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, about how one person would have 80%, the other person would have 20% to give.
Yeah.
Michelle's like, I don't like you today,
Yeah.
but I love you as a human being and as a man.
Yeah.
So like, it's not always going to be explosive.
But to fall in love,
To start it off,
and
it got to be fire.
It has to be fire.
Yeah.
And I think that's where friendship is important.
Yeah.
I think at this stage it's so important to be best friends.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
the person, because it's gonna supersede everything else.
Yeah, I've struggled with the best friend thing because I don't think I've ever been I don't think any of my people have been my best friends. Even the people that I've fallen in love with, they've not been my best friends, which is crazy to say.
It's not,
But
because
it's
I've had
honest.
that.
Yeah.
I've had that. I think I've had maybe 2 people that I was best friends with that I could talk to about anything, and we're still really close to this day. Even if we don't talk for years. When we do talk, it's like, man, what you been doing? Da, da, da.
Right.
Because the friendship was like the foundation.
Yeah, but I think best friends, like I could talk to some people that I've dated about anything, yes. But like best friends, like the shit that I talk to my best friends about,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to. I guess that there are categories and levels to best friends too, because there are just certain people that know where all the bodies are buried, and you can say any and everything to them. And even though you're as close to, I mean, you're friends with your person.
Yeah.
There are just certain things that will go to the grave with them that your person may never know.
I think, to me, I think the goal is to have that friendship with your partner.
Where you can tell them every single thing. Yeah.
I think so, because I want to be free. Like I almost want to feel freer with you than not.
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand, but like there are things also that secrets that I have of my best friends
Yeah.
that I would never share with anybody
Now I get that.
on this earth. But like when you think about like your best friend as a partner, how you can share any and everything,
Yes.
I still wouldn't be an open book to. I can't position myself to be a complete open book. Yes, with myself and my business, but just not about everything that's attached to my life.
No, now that's respect for the people in your life.
Right.
Right.
But there are people also that cross that boundary too, where they just tell they person
true.
every motherfucking
And it creates
thing. And
a
it's
lot of
just like,
problems.
yeah, shut the fuck up.
I agree with you.
Why are you talking about
No,
my
for real.
business?
To homeboy,
Yeah.
who you already know is not even in that place to hold it.
Don't talk about my business to him.
I agree with you.
And I understand that's your best friend and your partner, and also When I call you,
Mm-hmm.
don't have me on speakerphone.
Yeah, I don't like that
I
either.
hate that
I
shit.
do not like that either.
Let me decide if I want to talk to you and your person.
Hello?
If I'm calling you or if I pick up the phone for you, I want to talk to you only.
Yeah.
Not speakerphone. Don't do that to me.
I agree with you.
And people do that to me to this day. And I'd be like, I love your person, but can I talk to you first? Or can you give me a heads up? Be like, yo, I'm about to hit you.
Or
with such
say
and such.
immediately, you're on speakerphone, I'm driving, or I'm busy, I wanted to pick up, so you're on speakerphone. So you're aware that you're even talking into the crowd.
Send me the voicemail. I don't even want to talk right now.
You know what I don't like?
Call me later.
The FaceTime. Don't just FaceTime me.
I hate the FaceTime.
I need a heads up. Are we FaceTime? I need
yes, exactly.
Because you will get to seal it.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I ignore FaceTimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I'll call you back regular on the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's for the kids. What is the longest relationship you've been in? What was your biggest lesson?
The longest relationship I've ever been in is probably 5 years. And the biggest lesson that I learned was to get out quicker than I. It's the truth. Why prolong the inevitable?
Hey, you said it. Leave now.
Leave. When you see the signs, it's like, okay, I'm trying to work this out. But like at this point, I know when it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Like, and I've stayed way too long.
Yeah.
For several times, and so that'll never happen again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that going on?
My phone.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. A few more.
Okay.
How do you know when you're in love?
Oh gosh. Again, it's a feeling. When you can't imagine a day going without being in some level of communication with that person. Yep. Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I saw on a podcast where they were like, it's a certain level of obsession that happens. And that's how you know you're in love.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like when the butterfly, when you're like nervous, why didn't they call me back? Like all of that shit. Like, where are they? Did they make it home safe? When you care about somebody's well-being, their health, if they're happy, if they've eaten, how they slept.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Those are the things.
Those are the things.
Those are the things.
Yeah.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And that's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Isn't it?
When you are depositing, into someone.
Yeah.
And it's reciprocated.
That's the best.
When they are depositing right back into you. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It is. What's the worst date you ever had?
Oh, now these stories are getting juicy.
I know, right?
What's the worst date I've ever had? Jeez. Yeah, let me sip on that too.
Right?
I've gone to dinner with someone that was unbelievably rude to the wait staff. I couldn't believe it. Like, and then this is a true story, this is in New York, tried to pour water, like hot tea water, on himself to get the bill comped.
No.
I swear to God. Can you believe that?
No.
Who does that?
In front of you?
In front of me.
No shame?
And it was like, I'm about to do something, just go with me. And like, tutoon, and jumped up and screamed, I was like, I was like, oh my God, what is happening right now? Yes, and the waiter came out and apologized, and he was like acting and like doing the whole thing, and I was like, what is happening? That was the first and last date.
Okay, when you left the restaurant, was it like you went separate ways?
Yeah, because we were supposed to go somewhere after that, and I wrapped that up. You know what? I am so sorry, but My phone just went
Are you
off. I
crazy?
gotta go. Yeah.
Who does that?
It was so embarrassing, shocking.
That's next level.
That was a word. That was a terrible day.
That sounds
It
like
was a
it.
terrible day. I mean, and you wouldn't think that the person who did it, I mean, beautiful. Like, you wouldn't think the person that did it
We'll play those type of games.
in the industry, everything. I just couldn't even believe. I was like, this is what you have in you? No,
Wow.
we can't do this.
That is a funny story.
Yeah, it's terrible. What about you?
I went on a date on a boat in New York, and it was like a Caribbean type themed boat ride. So first of all, never go on a first date on a boat
What? Because then you're
because you
stuck.
can't get off.
Yeah.
I didn't think that through.
Mm-mm.
So I'm on the boat and I'm just walking around enjoying myself. I'm outside on the deck and I'm just talking to the people.
Mm-hmm.
The guy comes around and knocks on the glass when he sees me talking to a guy. Boom, 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 boom. Bring your ass up there. Larry, I
That's
was like,
awful.
what?
That is awful.
It was awful. It
That
was
is
terrifying.
awful. Yeah, that's
I was
awful.
like, is he serious? He's like, what is that? What's that movie? Anime? In front of everybody.
Oh, that is awful.
Oh my God.
And you went over there?
I had to.
I would have went over there. I would have been like,
So I did. I went over there, and then I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why did you do that?"
Yeah.
And he tries to play it off like, "Oh, I wanted you to meet my friends, such and such and such."
You don't knock and then do your finger at me like, are you crazy?
So anyway, obviously, as the date went on, I'm on this boat for 2 hours, and it's horrible, right? Because I'm trying to walk around and be away from him. He still wants me to be near him. And I got to the point where I just was sitting off somewhere by myself, just waiting for the ride to end.
Right. So that you can go your separate way.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
So never go on a first date on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
It was terrible.
These are great cards.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, 2 more.
Okay.
What is your ideal relationship?
What is my ideal relationship? I think my ideal relationship, we all just want people that are great human beings, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
You know, like, I don't think that there's like, you have to have this or you have to be that. Like, I think people that are able to do for themselves, that are great human beings, that you want to fuck.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time. And a nice body it helps.
A nice body helps.
You don't have to have that.
Yeah, a nice body always helps. Great hygiene.
Yes.
But like, people aren't perfect.
They aren't. Kind is the number one thing.
Yes.
Just kindness is everything.
A beautiful soul. I just want to be in love with somebody that has a beautiful soul.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, with all of the other caveats too, but like, most importantly, a beautiful soul for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, this will be our last one. What about your past relationships made you feel loved?
Like affirmations, daily affirmations, when you feel seen, words of affection, touch, intimate touch.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation, rather, intimate touch. Things that are just, when people go out of their way to make you smile just because.
Yeah.
Just really sweet,
Yeah.
Unexpected dinners or trips even, or little shit like text messages.
Yeah.
I love orchids, Very simple things.
Thoughtfulness.
Thoughtfulness is so
It
beautiful.
is so beautiful. It's magical.
It really is.
And when people listen and you don't
Yes.
even know, and they like, I remember you said.
Yes. It
You're
warms
right.
your heart. Somebody brings over your favorite bottle of wine
Yeah,
to sit on the couch and talk shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
it does.
Just little things like that. It's the little things.
Making a beautiful meal for you,
Making a beautiful meal for you.
giving you a massage, and really just a massage.
Yeah.
Like nothing sexual, just to like, I know you had a long day.
Rubbing your feet.
Rubbing your feet. That's one of my favorites.
It's really sweet.
Yes.
Also picking you up from the airport.
Don't you love being picked up from the airport?
It's a rarity.
It's a rarity.
The last
these
person
days.
I dated offered to pick me up from the airport. Actually picked me up twice, I think, which was so sweet. Although they lived by the airport. But
that worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, but just the thoughtfulness, even living by the airport, anybody that wants to come into the airport and pick you up from a flight.
Yes.
That's a beautiful
love.
thing.
It is. And before it used to happen all the time.
Yeah.
And now you feel so loved.
When it happens, because it's such a hassle.
It is such a hassle.
I'm quick to book a car. Let me just get you an Uber.
But I feel like flying is such like an experience where you feel like you want somebody to pick you up afterwards. Like, I made it.
It's really sweet. It's romantic. When you come out with your bag and they're there and it's the kiss and the hug.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, girl.
Hi, honey. Hi, Miss Noni.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Larry, for being on the podcast.
My pleasure.
Today.
Wait, let me ask you one last question.
Okay.
Would you ever date anybody that's sober?
That didn't drink?
Or smoked or like?
I have before.
I have too.
Yeah. And
how was it for you?
I think it was fine because they were so sweet about being like, they're drinking, like go get some cocktails. He didn't let what he was doing affect me.
Right.
And he looked out for me if I wanted to drink.
Right.
So he didn't make it a thing.
Okay.
But I also find it so fun to have cocktails with somebody and like indulge together.
Yes.
So if I get to choose and I get to choose, I would want that.
Yeah.
I want someone, to do some of the things that I do.
Like the traveling, like with the, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
The traveling with the mimosas and the
exactly.
It's just so much.
The brunches,
the beaches,
all the stuff with the cocktails at the beach and
it's so much fun.
It is.
But I have had to like find ways to not deal with people, but like tap into some fun. And I've also like, okay, you don't have to drink, but I'm gonna go down to the bar before we leave out and have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And then I just see you when you come downstairs.
Right.
Yeah. Like it becomes that too. So it's like, damn.
I know.
Also, because when somebody doesn't drink and you are like, I need me a glass of wine.
You start to feel away.
You don't want to be judged. Like they looking at you like
you don't.
You got a problem.
Another one.
You want that glass? Give him another glass.
I do want another one.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Okay, let's have another one. Cheers.